Hello. A couple weeks ago when I was in Grand Rapids, Rich said that Derek had asked that we do a presentation for
Staff meeting.
for the staff. Thank you, Tammy. For the staff meeting, kind of a little bit about what we do in the Southeast Warehouse. So, you know how Derek is; he likes to ask a lot of questions. So, we kind of kicked around a little bit. We ended up on a video. That way, we give him a link, and he got what he got. Versus, I don't know, several hundred questions going back and forth over the next week. So here we are. So a little bit about the Southeast Warehouse. Started about 4.5 years ago. We brought fabric in from Applied and kind of do the same thing now. We focus on high-touch planning where there's longer lead times. Within our group, we have the buyers, the planners, and the schedule coordinators. Everybody's all linked in. And there's two things that we focus on. If Rich was here, he could tell you what those are. It's inventory accuracy and zero splits every day. So we've taken the liberty of doing a spaghetti diagram. Let's move to that. So when we started Southeast Warehouse, we had 231 SKUs. We now have closer to 700, according to who's counting. We had 4 main suppliers, now we're at 13, just fabric suppliers. You can see by the classic use of the spaghetti diagram that took Tammy and I hours to get just right. You can see that in blue, we've got all of our fabric suppliers. In this shade of pink, I believe, we have our acoustical. So you see we have fabric coming in, we've got fabric going out to Vista and all these other dealers. Now we've got Design Tex. Design Tex is a classic because they're also giving us fabric, but we're also giving them fabric, and then it's going out to the dealers.
Don't forget Sinfin.
Oh, gotta remember Sinfin. So see, Sinfin's special. We give them stuff, they give it to the other people. Some people say they get it, they sign for it, they don't get it, but I'm not gonna be bitter about that unless we get the splits, and we'll talk to you about that later, Derek. So then on top of that, we got Sound Tech. We took over acoustical for Athens about 3 years ago, and since then, non-issue. So we've got Sound Tech that we get through the ISC, some through direct trucks. We've got Packet over in Florence that handles our mineral board. Recent addition in orange. I'm sorry, we all know how I feel about orange, but we were running out of colors. We've got all of the glass suppliers. So we're on this, Damon. We've also got drawer slides coming from KV. They used to come from China.
Stretch wrap.
They're going to be coming from Grand Rapids now. We've got stretch wrap that comes from somewhere. We can put a box on here for stretch wrap because it's really not that big of a deal. But then it goes out. But sometimes it comes back, even though it said it's shipped out. It ends up, we find it in the RDC in the back, like 3 or 4 days or a couple of months later. So who knows about that? But if you have any questions on the use of a spaghetti diagram, just holler at me or Tammy. Art probably wouldn't want me to give him credit for this, but thanks, Art. All right, so before we meet a couple of the planners, I just wanted to make sure that Derek, you knew I am in green and white, but this is to represent the Tanner Rattlers winning the 2A state football championship. Green and white, this is what a winning green and white shirt looks like. I'll leave it at that. So, I want to introduce you to Keith McBay, world's greatest planner, and his lovely protege, Miss Whitney Gerardo. You do look lovely today.
Thank you.
So, Keith, when the warehouse first started, how many SKUs did we plan?
About 225, Rich. It was about 253. 253.
So where are we at now?
We're at about 665.
665.
As you know, we're going up.
We're going up.
What we need to blow.
So how are we doing with our dollars per SKU?
Dollar per SKU is going down.
Going down.
Yep, we're going up and then going down.
So what you're saying is we've got a downward trend on dollars per SKU, which is good.
It is
the
good.
downward motion would be much like Michigan State's football program.
Amen to that. War Eagle.
So where are we? So we started at what do we start at on dollars per SKU?
We started out on dollars per SKU at about $18,000.
$18,000.
That was 4 years ago.
Where are we now?
We're at about like my stock market. It's 592,927. No, just kidding. It's going up. Stock market's going up, but the inventory dollars are going down per SKU. $5,927 now.
So we're doing good there. So,
Great. What are you talking about? Good.
So we're doing
Just
great.
good. Great.
We're doing
That's
great.
right.
So
Is that right?
That's right.
Amen, sister. Keep talking.
So Whitney, where are we on our cost per yard?
In 2008, it was at $6 per yard, and now it is up to $15.22 per yard.
Okay, so we're getting some more expensive fabrics.
Yes.
So splits. Everybody's pays a lot of attention to splits. So how many splits do we have for the year?
We actually have 0, but somebody's charged us for 30 splits, but they're not ours.
And we're not bitter at all about that.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
How many
Not at all.
splits?
30.
No, how many? No,
Us?
without.
0.
So Keith, you know Derek?
Yeah, I know Derek. But I know you know what Derek looks like?
Yeah, I think so.
Kinda.
Yeah.
I can describe Derek, but I can describe his wife a little bit better than Derek.
So tell us about Derek's wife there, Keith.
Well, Derek's wife, let me tell you about Derek's wife. She works out. Side. You know what? Have you ever seen that girl's yard? Have you ever seen that girl's yard? Man, that girl's yard, she's got a beautiful yard.
Would it be better if Derek would buy her a John Deere?
If she was my wife, I guarantee you I'd buy a John Deere tractor. Wait, I'll tell you what, even better than that. I'd go plumb to Europe and buy her some hand towels. That's what I'd do.
We're talking about some fiberglass. So we've got Kevin, fiberglass planter, and Lance, who's our fiberglass cutter extraordinaire. So, Lance, how long have we been cutting fiberglass?
2 years.
Been that long. So we brought it on, and so E9, we'll use E9 as an example. How many part numbers of E9000 fiberglass is it?
Roughly about 125.
And we warehouse how many of those? Because I know you set that up. How many of those?
12.
About 12. So of those 120, we only warehouse about 12 and cut the rest. And when we first started, it netted us about $310,000 a year. That cost savings, not just for E9, but for across the board. So how did we do on inventory reduction when we took it over?
When we took over, we were able to reduce the inventory by 30%. Also, we were able to eliminate a lot of the daily shortages, disruption in the plant. We found out that the inventory actually was way off. There was excess inventory sitting all over the plant, not being used. We were able to utilize that by bringing it into one central location and building to order. We sequence now and take to the line versus warehousing a lot of inventory.
So how many, did they have multiple planners doing it or what?
They had 4 planners in Athens doing it
Okay.
at that time. And by the way, their accuracy was right at 78%, and ours is close to 99%. At
Bam!
today's present time.
Inventory accuracy is very important. Anything else?
We were able to reduce a lot of part numbers that Athens was carrying because of the cuts that Lance does.
Okay.
So that saved us a lot of money buying versus make parts.
A lot of space too.
Yes, freed up a lot of space.
So Lance, the reason we're doing the video here is Derek Ludwig wanted us to do a video. You know Derek?
Isn't he that skinny Yankee that asks all those questions?
No. No, that's not him. You must have him confused with somebody else. So we didn't have enough to do, so Rich said, hey, let's play in glass. So here we are with Denitra. She is our saw glass planner, and so Denitra, tell us a little bit about glass.
We plan montage glass, took it over in February of this year. Plan saw glass, took it over in June of this year. And a lot of parametric glass. One part number, multiple sizes.
So
Yes, most people have that confusing look on their face.
There
when
you
they say
go.
Parametric.
There you
One
go.
part number ranges from sizes this
Yep.
What I'm talking about.
We sequence it and we set it up and we deliver it directly to the lab.
So, a little rough starting, but things kind of
They're
smoothed
better
out.
now. They're better now. A lot of MOs, a lot of MO glass, but it's better. Good to start.
It's a lot better because she was killing all of us there for a little while. So saw's in 100%. Everything's transitioned down. We're fully.
We are fully operational and saw, and facade is next.
So.
I
what's
don't
the
know.
difference?
I have no idea.
There
That's the
you go.
honest answer. I have
Planner
no idea.
has no idea.
No idea what facade is except for its glass.
There you go.
But I got it.
So Kendrick is one of the setup guys. So you know who Derek Ludwig is?
That's the guy who plays soccer, ain't
I think it was. I think it was. Warehouse. Let's check in on quality, see what they're doing. Looks like we've got some colors laid up here doing some inspecting. Been a long day. They're taking a little nap. So out here on the floor with David Broadway, one of the zone leaders back here in the warehouse, and Dave. So when Rich comes down, and we talk about things that are important. What's important to you?
Our inventory accuracy.
Inventory accuracy is always good. So how are we doing on our corporate office?
7 of the last 8 have been 100%.
7 of the last 8 at 100%. So where does that rank us with other steel case or other steel case plants?
Head and shoulders above.
Head and shoulders above. So how do we keep our inventory strong?
We do daily audits.
So we try to count the entire inventory. How often?
Every 17 days.
Every 17 days we get the entire warehouse counted. So a lot of focus on that. As Rich is fond of saying, if the inventory's not right, it's going to lead to splits. There, Rich, you can pay me for that plug later. Anything else you'd like to share?
No.
Back in the new fiberglass area, this is Terry Purcell, another one of the zone leaders in the Southeast warehouse. And Terry's responsible for all of the acoustical and for our new glass that we've got. So the new space, Terry, about how much did we net when we moved back here?
We increased about 1 bay's worth.
About a bay. So was that enough?
Well, with volume so high, it's not, but on a regular basis it will be.
Should be?
Should be.
Okay. So I noticed some glass that we've got sitting over here, and that's it's about 1/4 of a mile, it seems, from the setup area. So why is this glass back here? What is this?
This is our slap and label glass where when it comes in, it sits here till we get our label. We just put the label on it, and then we take it to FDC.
So it just comes in, Denature orders it in this way, comes in, put a label, now it goes.
That's correct.
Okay, good deal. So anything you'd like to share with Derek while you got a one-on-one right here with him? He's the only one that's going to see this video. Anything you want to tell him?
Oh, well, we could always use more space.
Just so you know that Human Resources doesn't allow me to ask who you're aligned with from a college football standpoint. Here in this circle we have an Alabama fan.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. An Auburn fan that's kind of in denial right now, and an Irish fan who's dreaming.
Who's going to be the next national champion?
Nope. So, guys, Derek Ludwig asked us to make this video. So, you know Derek?
It's that guy who works for Sarah Ori.
You know Derek?
Yeah, man, I can't incorporate.
Derek?
The dead composer. Well, we'll Google it.
Google it.